Hey there everybody, and welcome to Week 9's video highlights of the lifting. This happened to be a 70% and 80% week, so aka monster volume. I think you're going to see at the end in the summary that this was the first week where I've topped 130,000 pounds in a single week, which is awesome. This Saturday, Sunday here, you'll see the typical winter garb, but I was actually enjoying what appears to be the end of the really cold weather, because starting Monday afternoon, the forecast was showing nothing but unseasonably warm weather for at least like the next 10 days. And up here, we're talking like, highs in the mid 70s, lows in the 50s. So I'm kind of sad to see the cold go, to be honest, because as you know, I like it a lot and I don't sweat that much when I'm working out, which is kind of nice. I made a minor change to my workout progression, and only as it applies to my deadlifting. I had been increasing my deadlifts, my conventional deadlifts on Sunday and my sumo deadlifts on Wednesdays by 10 pounds a week. Now that I've hit 200 pounds and doing that for 6 sets of 5, I'll be moving that up by 5 pounds a week going forward until that becomes too difficult to maintain. So that's the only change that I'm aware of for this week. I think I mentioned last week that I would be surprised if my weight didn't come back down, considering that I had a weekend of epic food and likely epic salt as well, and which had my scale weight up quite a bit. This week, believe it or not, my weight has barely come down. I mean, we're only down like a couple tenths of a pound. And that's actually okay. It's just surprising to me. But something I wanted to point out was that, there's this idea that you tend to lose strength when you diet down and lose body fat. I think in my case, what we're seeing here is that now that I've got my calories back up to my usual level, my strength has appeared to come back, kind of with a vengeance. And the key point there is that it has come back without any appreciable body fat regain, So, my belt still fits in the same notches as the very end of the diet. My waist measurements are barely up an inch from the end of the diet. And so it seems like the weight that I've been regaining, as long as it's not like, scale error, has been lean mass. And, I'm very pleased with that. And of course, happy to be handling, solid weights in the workouts. There's a theory out there called the body fat set point theory, which is that your body has a particular level of body fat that it likes to maintain, and getting below that will generally set off the body's self-defense mechanisms, lowering metabolism, making you really hungry, etc., to try and get you back above that. Some people suggest that can actually be reset if you are able to maintain a lower body weight for a sufficient period of time. And perhaps that's like what's been going on with me, because as you guys know, I ended the diet last September, and it is now early to mid-March, and we've only put on, like I said, by my scale, 3.5 to 4 pounds. But like I said, the energy output has come up, and that's definitely something I had noticed when we were on the way down in body weight, is that the energy output went down. I was struggling with the weights, couldn't handle the workload, and that kind of stuff. And as you guys probably remember, in my efforts to try and maintain my workload while dieting last year, I ended up getting injured. So I wonder if, part of me, it's, straining to maintain the workload against the body fighting, the fat loss, is what ended up with the injuries. So here we are on Tuesday, switching over to the 80% half of the week, and what you're going to see here is some one-arm push-ups. You can probably tell from my face, these are insanely difficult. But I've actually, like you guys know, been practicing them for since the beginning of this year, practicing a much less intense version, and I finally got to the point where I can complete one with each arm, and that is awesome. And I should point out, now that you see the pistols here, pistols were that hard when I first started them a couple years ago. It was like insanely difficult to do one, and so you had to work on less intense versions and slowly build yourself up. So I expect the same with one-arm push-ups. Just going to keep slowly working at it, and hopefully I'll be able to rep those out in the next few months or so. And coming up next, we have a new daily max record for the bench. I think last cycle I only made it up to 200, and actually this is theoretically my max because, as you know, with testing, 202.5 was the only thing I hit because I ended up missing it 212.5 after that. So that's good, and as you saw, it was like easy, just went right up, no problem, and that's always inspiring to hit like new mini records on your way through the cycle. And what time is it now? Everybody knows it's hump day! Speaking of new mini records, here comes another one, because if I recall correctly, my max squat that I hit as a daily max last cycle was 290, and here we have 292.5 on the bar, nice and deep, and up we go, no problem. Like I was talking about last week, definitely like Wednesdays due to the mini taper effect that Tuesdays have. And there's not a whole lot of squat volume on Tuesdays, and so coming in on Wednesdays, it's time to kill it. Getting back to that temperature topic, one nice thing about the warm-up going on is that the phone doesn't turn off while I'm filming anymore, which was really annoying, let me tell you. And here we are just finishing up Wednesday's workout with some close grip bench. Been liking this, really seems to crank on my triceps real hard. And I think they're making some good progress. And since it's become sort of the theme here for the past couple days in this video, another new record on deck, daily max record. We only got up to 200 in cycle 1 for the daily max on the front squat. So we hit 202.5 and it went up nice and easy. I don't know if you guys noticed, that's kind of how I run my schedule. What I'll do is at the start of a new cycle, I will plan out to be hitting about 5 to 10 pounds, depending on the exercise, heavier in the last couple of weeks for the next cycle, and then going into the test, there's like that confidence of hitting new mini PRs, and that's definitely a good driving force mentally when you're trying to get better. And this is the final exercise of the week, the inclines. I think next week is going to be the last full week of lifting, and then we're into the next taper and test week. So wherever you are, have a good week. Take care. And we're comparing this week's volume to the volume from week number 6, which was the most recent week of 70 and 80. As you can see, for the week, we're up about 9,000 total pounds as compared to week 6. We crossed the 130,000 pound for the week barrier, and as you can see, also crossed the 1 million pound for the year barrier, which is kind of cool. We're at 1,035,258 pounds for the year. And the 2016 goals update, the one-arm push-ups this week obviously gets a exclamation point because we actually got official one-arm push-ups. The 10,000 chin-ups, yeah, we're making progress. We crossed 2,000 for the year and moving along steadily. Everything else pretty much as normal. No injuries, stretching and warming up every day, and counting my calories, as you know. And this week we're back on the usual food sources instead of, like the going out, eating everything deal like last week. So we were bang on hitting the 2820 calories per day. Next week we're going up 5 grams of carbs as usual to 2840. Yeah, not sure what's up with that weight, but I'm telling you, it ain't fat. Take care, guys. Talk to you next time.